Hey everyone, Lore Harbor here with another story from Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. I found this one on RPG Horror Stories over on Reddit, and the link for it can be found in the description below. Today's story is about a dungeon master who tried to force a player to give up their character to a newcomer just to speed up their onboarding process. However, as it turns out, the OP may have avoided an even worse situation. Let's go ahead and dive in. This happened a couple weeks ago. With several hobby stores reopening for smaller tournaments, I found a game which Sam admitted would last several sessions as a new book. Wild Beyond the Witchlight was coming out, and he wanted to run something that was considered filler. I played a kobold character that I was really attached to. I really liked this character and found him to be enjoyable. This is because I developed a full backstory on him that I spent a while on. This was looking to be a fun time, and for the first few sessions I played, nothing went wrong. That was until Sam informs me that next week, he was moving the game to his house, and that another player would be joining since the location was an hour more away. The hobby store itself was an hour to get to, so I didn't feel like driving the extra hour to play in a game. This happens. Sometimes things can change and complicate a game. However, Sam wants my character sheet, the kobold, so that he can give it to another player. First off, I spent time developing this character, so I tell Sam I wasn't going to give them up. He gets annoyed and also aggressive because of this, and it sparks a brief argument about how I was going to delay things for the newcomer. I'm thankful for the store employee who sticks up for me and tells him that he wasn't entitled to the kobold. Sam gives me a look like I was in the wrong and walks out of the store calmly. I don't think Sam realizes how people can be attached to characters they made and that giving them up would mean passing the rights of their creation to that new player. The next week comes by, and one of Sam's players that I played with proceeds to tell me that I dodged a bullet. I need to be honest, this guy seemed petty over something that happened with him and Sam, so I don't fully believe what he told me. Another thing is, take things if they seem off with a grain of salt. He told me that Sam was arguing with other people over a rules dispute which ended in Sam having a meltdown. People started walking out, but Sam tried to prevent this by standing in front of the driveway so no one could drive off. They were being held there for a few hours until they were able to convince Sam that they were going to call the authorities. From what I heard, the guy who told me this story had a record for being a problem as well. Normally, when a dungeon master asks for your character sheet, it's usually for small things like taking notes on your backstory or checking over some stats as they prepare for your party to have some kind of big fight. In this case though, where they were attempting to hijack your character, you had every right to be upset and to make a stand. Even if the story the other player told you about the dungeon master was a lie or exaggerated, I'd still say you dodged a bullet here. Who knows what other things the DM might have tried to get away with in the future. That said, I'm sure they learned from this experience, and hopefully that will make them a better DM going forward. Or, well, maybe not. And that's where we're going to go ahead and end today's video. If you enjoy videos like these, then please drop a like, and also subscribe so you won't miss out on any future episodes. And thank you all for watching, and take care.